So Clark goes to Vegas. Um, Come on, man. Like in a couple years ago, like that would have been like a huge get. I think still defensively, she's still what I'm saying, like she's still just a good asset to have defensively, good 3-and-D player in Washington, her comeback season last year. She was a decent vet, championship experience, championship pedigree coming off that bench. It's unfair. But I mean, so is New York. New York's also going to be unfair if Quiggs and Stewie both join John Quell and Sab and Benijah and all those gals over there in New York.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo, 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 what up, hey, what up? Nice to see you all again. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. I even forgot how many subscribers was my next goal. I haven't been on camera in a month. Candace Parker is going to the Las Vegas Aces. How do I feel about it? There's various opinions on it. As people say, you can't ring chase it if you have 2 rings. She's ring chasing, bro. I think it's a weak move personally. I mean, I rock with Candace. I support Candace. Candace has my respect in terms of her legacy and everything like that. I think this particular move, though, is ring chasing. I mean, just is what it is. What else do you call someone who goes to a team that just won a championship and you're one of the better players in the league? What else is that called when you just won and you already just won a championship? You know what I'm saying? So back home, I would have understood LA, for one final ride or whatever in the franchise that you'll kind of be known for probably most once you retire. But this was something that was just like, yo, I want to remain competitive and keep playing for championships. And this is the team with the best opportunity to win the championship because, hey, they just won a championship. Anyways, let's read what Candace Parker said herself. I will share this screen. And thank you to Matt. Who is this? Matt Zane? Matt Zahn? Excuse me, Matt, for not knowing how to pronounce your last name. But this will go to him. Credits to him for screenshotting the Instagram post. My family is my reason and my purpose. They have given me the greatest joys I've ever experienced and continue to show me new levels of love and devotion I never knew existed. When I made the decision to go to Chicago in 2021, I made the decision to go home and be with my family in the place where it all began. I'm beyond grateful for the opportunity to win a championship in my hometown and parade down the same streets I watched the Bulls parade down as a young girl, first falling in love with the game of basketball. As I've grown through free agency this time around, of course, I'm thinking of where I can compete for my 3rd championship. But the words home and family are what I kept coming back to. No different than when I signed with Chicago. Throughout her 13 years, Layla has always sacrificed for me. That's crazy. Layla is almost as tall as Candace now. She's 13. Look at this. It's crazy. Has always supported me. And she's always put me first and always supported me in whatever needed to do, even if it was tough on her. She went down to the bubble. I need to be there for my daughter, for my son, for my wife. I can't be without them for parts of the season when Layla is in school, and I won't miss her volleyball games or school dances simply because of distance. Layla starts high school in August, and I need to be there for her, just as she's been there for me. After evaluating the landscape together with my family, we decided that the Las Vegas Aces are the right organization for us at this point of our lives. I'm forever appreciative. Okay. Is she saying Layla goes to school in Las Vegas? Is that what it is? Layla lives in Las Vegas? Because her father, Sheldon Williams, he works for the College Park Skyhawks, the Atlanta Hawks, and I would assume, lives in Atlanta as a byproduct of those 2 facts I just gave you. Candace works in Atlanta with TNT and NBA TV, also in Atlanta. So does Layla just live in Las Vegas? Let's continue. After evaluating the landscape, we've decided that the Las Vegas Aces are the right organization for us at this point of our lives. I'm forever appreciative of everyone in Chicago, our friends, fans, teammates, coaches, and ownership. But more for the past 2 seasons, I'm thankful to the season that raised me, the childhood friends that I still have to this day, the teachers I'm still learning from, and the moments in time that will forever be in my heart. While Chicago will always be my home, my family's home is on the West Coast. Okay, so Layla, I guess, is at school on the West Coast. So why not go to the space? Since I was about to say spaces, why not go to the Sparks? I don't get it. I guess it was just kind of flat out. If you're gonna go to the West Coast, I think Vegas is a 2 hour drive from LA or something like that. Isn't it something? West Coast people, let me know. But I believe it's only like a 2 to I would say 5 to be safe. 2 to 5 hour drive, Las Vegas, Los Angeles. So yeah, I don't understand that. So I guess she was looking at it like, okay, if we're gonna go back to the West Coast, somewhere close to where Layla's going to school, why don't we go to a team that can also win the championship? Uh, so yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought that was just interesting. Um, I think from a basketball perspective, yes, I think it is a ring chasing move. Regardless if you have 2 rings. If she retired today, she would be solidified because she went and got her championship with the team she was drafted by. And it wasn't no building, no super team type deal or anything like that. Shout out to NECA, shout out to Chelsea, shout out to Christy, shout out to no, Simone wasn't on that team. She was on Minnesota at the time. But shout out to everybody who was on that team, that 16 team for the Sparks, and it was their first championship since the Lisa Leslie days. So she solidified for that championship. Then she goes over to Chicago, a team that also hasn't previously won a championship or was close or closer as she was when she got there. Kind of pushed them over the hump and stuff like that, and got them a championship. This is different because it's a team with Chelsea. No, not Chelsea. Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, Asia Wilson. So they already had 3 number 1 picks. Candace Parker becomes the 4th number 1 pick in that rotation. And they also have Chelsea Gray. Like Chelsea Gray's the 5th person. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's a team that's already established, just coming off of a championship. I don't blame Las Vegas for recruiting her. It's the same thing of Golden State recruiting Durant. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's just more so kind of like on Candace, like, you literally have a job where you like, discuss these moves, and you know how people feel about it and everything like that in the media. And for you to make that move, it's like, bruh, like if you wanted to do something for Layla, you already established. Like you go to, even if you go back to the Sparks, I feel like they have a team and they've established a roster and acquired enough assets to be a competitive franchise, especially with you in the fold next season. And you know what I'm saying? And when you're competitive, just toss the ball at the logo and see what happens. Um, of course, you have New York and Vegas. We're still going to be super teams anyway, but other than that, roll the ball out at the logo and see what happens. Now, I think with this move, the domino effect of that will be Stewie for sure is going to New York. And I don't know about Sloot. Maybe Sloot goes to New York as well as a byproduct of that. But if they do, then you have 2 super teams and kind of everybody else. But the thing is that I think a lot of people are missing is that was already the WNBA for the most part. It's like 2 super teams and then everybody else already. With I think it was well, the Seattle Vegas series was amazing, and that was the best series. But it's always been like a Phoenix and Seattle. It's always been Connecticut and whoever in the West. It's always been, one of those things in the W. So I mean, I think this is no different. Um, but Candace, I think it's a weak move. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hide or anything like that. That's just what I think, and that's just straight up. Dearica, while we're here, the Dearica, the way they handled that situation was very disappointing. Um, and people already said when they made the move, when they traded Dearica to the Sparks, they were like, okay, this will probably open up the potential for them to have the salary cap and the space to bring in Candace Parker. So we knew that right when they made the trade. Like that was already reported, that was already out there in the public. My thing is, if you're the Aces, why wouldn't you just tell Dearica that? Why wouldn't you just be honest with a player who's been nothing but honest and loyal to your franchise? Like she said in her letter, longer than any of you have been there. She's there since San Antonio. The only other player that I can think of off top in the rotation, key player, key person in that organization that people know faces out is Kelsey Plum. She's the only other player who was out there in San Antonio with Dearica. So it's like for someone who's been loyal to the franchise for so long, the way that you treated that situation and the explanations and the things that you hinted towards for her, the things that they hinted towards for the Erica for trading her again is you got pregnant again. You didn't let us know, and you're not taking these off-season workouts as seriously as you should to make sure you're in game shape by the time you have this baby and we come back to May. And Dearica said that's all false. I've been working extremely hard in my off-season workouts. I've been taking it seriously. I didn't know I was gonna become pregnant. This wasn't a planned pregnancy. Things just happen, and I'll be back. I played the final game of the last season, the previous season, and I'll be ready for the first game this season. I believe a fan said that she played the full season after having Amaya. When was that? Like 2017. I don't want to throw an exact date on it, but I believe it was around that time when she had Amaya. She was pregnant with Amaya. So it's just like these things, they went out sloppy with that. And as the WNBPA investigates it and everything like that, now you're talking about a whole potential case course, court case, excuse me, court case, and these things and all the just reputation hits and all that. On top of all that, when you could have just said, hey, Dearica, we appreciate your years of service and dedication to the franchise. This is a business. We are gonna we like our options that we see out there on the market, and we are gonna try to explore those. Now, a way of facilitating those things is we're probably gonna have to move your contract and we're gonna have to move your deal. Let us know where you want to go. Do you want to go back home to Atlanta? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go with just let us know, and we'll try to do our best to facilitate the best place for the best fit for both of us on both of our ends. You could do that. I feel like that's, no one still wants to get traded, but that's a little more respectable than the way they went about it. And some people were like, this is on Candace for signing with Vegas after they did what they did to Dearica. It's not on Candace. Candace has nothing to do with that. From a basketball perspective, Candace going to the champions with 3 number 1 picks and a 5th or 4th all-star was whack and weak, in my opinion. But like, no, she had nothing to do with that whole Dearica thing. She's like, trade Dearica while she's pregnant, and then I'll come. Like she didn't do that. So like, Candace has nothing to do with that Dearica situation. I just think that it's important that people remember this story of Dearica in the midst of this like shock value that has come with Candace Parker joining this team to form the West Coast Super Team, as the East Coast Super Team is about to be launched in a couple of days. I don't know, man. I just think this entire situation's weird. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna have some people coming on talking about this, I think, in coming moments, coming hours or whatever and stuff like that. It's good to be back. I'm sorry this wasn't exciting, the most exciting, and jumping up and me just screaming up and down and stuff. But I'm working into it. It's been I'm rusty. I'm rusty. I got a week off. Let me know what you think. And yeah, or you guys want me to read this? I'll read this just for anybody who might not know what Dearica has said fully, because you might not have known. This is what Dearica put on Instagram after she was traded. Shout out my boy Bailey Caldwell for posting this one. With that being said, ... I am heartbroken. Being traded is a part of the business. Being lied to, bullied, manipulated, and discriminated against is not. I have had my character, work ethic attacked. I was promised things to entice me to sign my contract extension that were not followed through on. I was accused of signing my extension knowingly pregnant. This is false. I was told that I was a quote unquote question mark, and that it was said that I said I would get, and it was said what? And that it was said that I would get pregnant again, and there was concern for my level of commitment to the team. I was told that quote unquote I didn't hold up my end of the bargain because no one expected me to get pregnant in the next 2 years. Did the team expect me to promise not to get pregnant in exchange for a contract extension? I was asked if I planned my pregnancy. When I responded no, I was then told I was not taking the precautions to not get pregnant. I was being traded because, quote unquote, I wouldn't be ready and we need bodies. I planned to play the season and I wouldn't have expressed my desire to play the season. I pushed myself throughout my entire pregnancy and have continued to work out, basketball included, on my own and with team staff, and even on days when it was uncomfortable to walk, only to be inaccurately told that, quote unquote, I was not taking my workouts seriously. And yeah, quote unquote, we just don't see that as far in regards to my return. I remain transparent with everyone within the organization, yet my honesty was met with coldness, disrespect, and disregard from members of management. I've only put this organization first since day one before any of them were here. You're getting moved regardless, quote unquote, and it's best for your career that you move on from the aces. The unprofessional and unethical way that I've been treated has been traumatizing. To be treated this way by an organization, in all caps, by women who are mothers who have claimed to be in these shoes, who preach family, chemistry, and women's empowerment, is disappointing and leaves me sick to my stomach. We fought for provisions that will finally support and protect player parents. This cannot now be used against me. That is Dearica Hamby. That is her statement. And then after this, after the news came out yesterday about what happened, with Candace making her public decision, she just posted this, a bunch of emojis. Started off with the T emoji and a selfie of Amaya. Now, did Amaya upload this by herself? Possibly, but does this mean something that it starts off with a T emoji? I think in the era that Breonna Stewart is tweeted, random emojis citing which team she was looking at, I think it is telling. Speaking of, Breonna Stewart is deciding between the Liberty and the Seattle Storm. So it's just up to her. At this point, I think everybody for the past couple of years have figured that it was going to be the Seattle Storm. But yeah, that is that. This is this. Asia Wilson, she didn't post after the Dearica trade, but she did post about, just excitement of having Candace Parker, because I think from a basketball standpoint, why wouldn't you? I think just speaking from basketball, just to be 100% honest, yes, on paper. I'm sorry, let me look. G, I'm her, Harriet to her bronze. Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. Um, yes, from a pure basketball standpoint, yes, Candace Parker is an upgrade from Dearica Hamby. But when you're just talking about morals and stuff like that, it's nasty. I think nasty move, nasty way that the Las Vegas Aces handled it. And I think on Candace's part, yeah, I think it gives off ring chasing. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's negative, and y'all don't want to hear negative. But I mean that's just how I feel about the situation. The positive is, I think the team is gonna. I think the league is gonna be fun this year. Just seeing two super teams. If there was just one super team, it would be like, oh, this is boring. This is whack. Is it gonna be two super teams? So I mean, hey, two teams is gonna be fun to see them battle all year. And usually when these things happen, when there are two super teams, only one of them makes it to the finals. Then it's like this other team, like say Washington makes it, and then to the finals, and everybody's like, oh, everybody expected it to be New York and Vegas, so we shall see what happens. I know people are hype on Atlanta as well. People being B Terrell and everybody in Atlanta and stuff like that, getting Alicia Gray. Dang, there's so much I haven't even, so much I missed since I've been on. I miss you guys. Alicia Gray. Should I even touch that or speak on that? I don't like the Dream giving up the number 3 pick for Alicia Gray. I think for Alicia Gray, you have to give up something because that is a, fringe all-star caliber player. And it's great. I think she's an upgrade from Erica Wheeler, who's now walking from the Dream. But I don't know, man. I feel like the Dream, I don't know, because you have to think about the way that the league in basketball is going in general. It's all led by the wings that could do a little bit of everything. And in a year, where you don't have the number one pick, but you're either going to get Haley Jones, Diamond Miller, or Rikia Jackson. One of those wings that could do everything. Set yourself up with a younger player. You might still be about where you were last year as a fringe playoff team. Just missed the playoff. Give your chance another chance at the lottery and the most stacked draft. And since probably Skylar Diggins and them came out, what was that, 13? The most stacked draft since then. You give your chance to be in the lottery for that. And you already have your wing. You already have Ryan. You already have Nas. You have a good future core to build around. And I felt like they kind of rushed the process a little bit by trading one of those picks away for someone who's already established in a position. I don't know if that was like, you know what I'm saying? I'll say it like this. Did they get better? Yes. The Atlanta Dream got better from this trade today. They got better from this trade. I think for the future's sake, I think they could have kept taking it slow the way they were going. I thought they were trending in the right direction. And I'm looking at that draft next year of like, this is the draft. So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, that's how I feel about that move. Are there any other moves? Jonquel Jones to New York, like I said, like I've been kind of hinting towards with Stewie going over there as well. You're talking about Stewie, Jonquel. Yeah, yeah, the chef there. Chef is still there. So you got big chef over there. You got like I said, Jonquel. I'm trying to think before I go to the people already there. And then if Quigley comes in, you're talking about Quiggs at the point, Sab at the 2. Yeah, Benijah at the 3, Stewie at the 4, Jonquel at the 5. Coming off the bench, you have the chef, Didi. Oh, the shooter. The shooter. I forgot her name, but she's cold. The shooter they have. But they have the Marine Johannes, one who be making the behind the back passes, all that. She's cold. You have her too. Is it Rebecca Allen still on the team? She should still be on the team. I don't know. They have some. I mean, they already had a decent team. So with those superstars in the starting lineup, and now it's a super team. I mean, it is what it is. Like name that front 5 again: Quiggs, Sabrina Ionescu, Benijah Laney, Stewie, Jonquel. That's a 5 versus who you have at the point? I guess you say Jackie. No. KP at the point. Chelsea at the 2. Jackie at the 3. Candace at the 4. Asia at the 5. So those two going against each. It's gonna be a fun season, man. Atlanta, you got. I'm sorry, I was thinking that's just me just looking at Atlanta and thinking Atlanta all the time and stuff like that. But who are some other squads you have? I think LA. I don't know. I think it's very early to tell for everybody else. But for those 2 teams, we know for sure we give. Oh, Phoenix. If Sky like returns to the team, I know she had bad blood with them, right? I believe so last season, and she was pregnant again. But if she can return, then you're talking about yeah. But you're talking about what are you talking about with them? Man, with Phoenix, you have the big 3 back. The big 3's back. And then you have Sophie as well. I mean, so Phoenix has a decent team. And you're talking about just like the emotional support that they're gonna have with BG. That's gonna be such a huge thing next season. Like, similar to the DeMar Hamlin with Buffalo this season. Even though that came up short in the conference finals, like you still have something there. Where did Ty Harris go on that trade? Where did she go? Because she got traded. I'm trying to see where Ty got traded. Ty, where you get traded? Oh, Connecticut. So Connecticut gets Ty. They get Olivia Nelson-Adota, and they already have Dejanay coming back. Dallas gets some pieces as well, but they're always so, young and everything like that. You never know with them. I don't know, man. I just think it'll be an interesting season. Indiana has to eventually, like, they can't be bad forever, right? Like, they can't possibly be bad. They're gonna have Aaliyah Boston next year, so I don't know. I think it'll be a very fun season. I'm excited. Excited to see where the rest of the pieces fall this fall and see exactly where we get these teams to go. Um, Excited to see where Angel McCoughtry goes. If Angel McCoughtry gets picked up, she gets one more chance. Like, I'm sure it'll be a 1-year deal wherever she goes. But if Angel McCoughtry gets back in the league and gets one more go at it, and gets to be a vet, a player coach, ooh, I don't want to call. Do I want to call out names? But when you have certain players, I'll say it like this. I won't put a name on it. When you have certain players around the league who are, at this point, there for chemistry, there to keep the spirits up in the locker room, there to give veteran leadership and teach the young players, okay, this is what you do to carry the game down to the next generation after you retire. I think Angel's, and she has the talent, what I'm saying, and experience, and that's the experience you're not going to get from many other players at this point. So those are my little thoughts on the league. Anything else? I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, Brittany Sykes went to Washington. Wherever she goes, they automatically become, because she's such a team player. Like, she plays her role extremely well. You watch the Brittany Sykes interview on this channel if you'd like to do that. Yeah, she's such a good player, man. Shout out Brittany Sykes, bro. She just plays her role well, and she does well in any team she's on, like plug and plug, because she understood, I have to play this role to stay in the league. So watch out for Washington. They're always in it, especially with Shakira being young, and Tasha being in her prime. I think they're always going to be in it. And, when you think of Ariel and EDD as well, I think they're always going to be in it. But that's it. That's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this extremely long video. I've been going for a month, but I gave you probably about a month's worth of professional content. I didn't do anything after the Tennessee-UConn game. I didn't do anything, any Caitlin reactions. Taylor Robinson, congratulations to Taylor Robinson from Oklahoma, who is now the all-time three-point leader in women's D1 basketball. She has made 498 threes. Goodness gracious. And she made it against Iowa State. So salute to her. Congratulations to her as well. Salute to Angel Reese, of course. Crazy season. She broke Sylvia Fowles' record for amount of double-doubles in LSU and stuff like that in the season. Salute to Aaliyah Boston once again, this time for setting her own record for double-doubles, this time at South Carolina, passing the long-standing record of career double-doubles, I want to say. Yeah, most double-doubles, most career double-doubles. So congratulations to Aaliyah Boston as well, Angel Reese. And yeah, man, I wanted to go to the UConn game next weekend with South Carolina. But then I saw it was in Connecticut, and I was like, dang, I thought this was in South Carolina. So not going to that, not taking a flight to Connecticut. Sorry, stores, maybe one day. No, I should probably do it like next year. Just plan it, start planning it now, go there next year. But I do want to go to the LSU game. So that's just up to whether or not they let me in. If they don't let me in, I'm not going up there. If they let me in, I'm going to rent a car. I'm going to go up to Columbia and go to that game. I told Flage I'll see her for a game this season, so that'll be the perfect one. And you guys are getting exclusive on that. I haven't told anybody publicly that yet, so that'll be a vlog, a whole video with Flage, checking out Angel Reese in person for the first time as well. Seen South Carolina. I've never seen South Carolina in person, so it'll also be that. And Big Pau, of course, y'all seen her plenty of times when she was in high school, so supporting her in her college endeavors and stuff like that, especially the fact that, like, it's just an exciting hype matchup and stuff like that in the SEC in the country. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
I had good times, it outweighed the bad times.